hello, gorgeous humans. Welcome to a podcast where we turn conventional wisdom into gold and help women over 40 reclaim their metabolism. Today, I'm going to tell you about my accidental discovery of what might be the most effective weight loss approach I've ever seen in women's perimenopause and beyond. Yes, no, I am not a walking advertisement for butter, but here's the plot twist. I found this diet approach whilst researching dementia. Yes, you heard it. That's right. While trying to protect my patient's brain, I stumbled upon the secret that helped me lose 10 kilos. And now I've helped hundreds of my clients do the same. Talk about a happy accident. So buckle up for how this dementia diet helped me drop 10 kilos, and I'll explain why the 60-80 grams of carbs a day approach, what I call the Goldilocks Zone for hormonal women, is the not too much, not too little, but just right approach. And why this approach works when everything else has failed. Hello, I'm Carly Gallagher, and welcome to the Metabolic Alchemist. Let's dive in. Let's start with a question. Do you know how farmers fatten up their livestock before slaughter? Sorry, cows. They feed you lots of grains, lots and lots and lots of grains. Now, what does your well-meaning doctor or dietitian recommend for heart health? Whole grains, lots and lots of whole grains. I'm not saying there's a conspiracy here, or am I? But if you wanted to create a population that needed large clothing sizes, this would be the perfect diet to do it. Think about it. The diet that makes a cow gain 200 kilos is remarkably similar to what we're told is heart healthy. Is this a coincidence? I think not. When I realized this parallel, it was like being hit with a metabolic lightning bolt. Here we are telling women over 40 to load up on oatmeal, whole grain breads, brown rice, the very same strategy farmers are using to fatten cows, and then we wonder why we're gaining weight. It's not your imagination and it's not your willpower. It's your biology responding exactly as it should be to a fattening diet. Perfect hormonal storm. Perimenopause plus a grain-heavy diet for your heart health equals expanding waistlines. And you know what is so frustrating is for decades we've been told that fat is a villain in our dietary story. But for women over 40, this might be the most damaging advice that has ever been given. Here's the biochemical reality that nobody is telling you. Fat creates hormones. I know. You heard it right. The very nutrients that we've been avoiding are the building blocks to the hormones that are declining during this age of our life. When you cut fat, you're essentially telling your already struggling hormonal system, good luck making estrogen and progesterone with, nothing. It's like trying to build a house without any timber. Meanwhile, what happens when we avoid fat? We get hungry. We crave things. What do we reach for? You name it. We reach for the carbs, and not just any carbs, but the convenient processed ones that then go and spike insulin and then store fat faster than you can say muffin top around the middle. The irony award goes to the low-fat industry. The dietary advice for women over 40 has been about as helpful as a chocolate teacup. Ugh. I'm not suggesting that you go and drink olive oil by the glass, but embracing healthy fats might just be the metabolic lifeline your body is desperately searching for. Now, this brings me to the accidental discovery that changed everything, what I call the Goldilocks Carb protocol. When I was researching brain health and researching prevention of brain health, I was reading a book called The Grain Brain by Dr. David Perlmutter. Anyway, you go find it and read it. It's a really great book. Anyway, I noticed something fascinating about his advice around carbohydrate intake. Too low, like under 10 or 20 grams, like a keto diet, creates its own set of problems, particularly for women's hormone and our gut microbiome. But going too high, over 150 grams, which may be considered a normal healthy diet, also creates this insulin resistance and fat storage issue we're trying to avoid. What's the sweet spot? Well, 60 to 80 grams of carb intake a day. And, this isn't just my opinion or Dr. Perlmutter's. It's actually been observed working with hundreds and hundreds of women in my own practice. This range accomplishes several magical things. It's low enough to improve insulin sensitivity and tap into fat storage. It's high enough to support thyroid function and hormone production. It provides enough carbs to feed all that happy, beneficial gut bacteria. And it's also sustainable. Like, you can actually live like this and not feel deprived. So when women hit this carb sweet spot, things just start to happen really quickly. Hot flushes decrease, energy stabilizes, brain fog lifts, surprise, and yes, weight starts to come off, especially from the middle where it pretty much matters the most, right? So this diet is not too cold, not too hot. It's just right for your hormones and your metabolism. And unlike keto, you can still have your berries and eat them too. So I'm going to circle back to how I found this approach while researching dementia. It turns out that your brain and your belly have more in common than just being things that expand with age. Insulin resistance doesn't just affect your waistline, it actually affects your brain function too. And when your cells stop responding to insulin properly, your brain cells can't get the energy they need as well. And this creates what some researchers call type 3 diabetes or Alzheimer's disease. Now, the same foods that make you store fat are literally starving your brain. Meanwhile, your body can produce ketones, the brain's superfuel, when carbs are moderately restricted into that Goldilocks zone. The most fascinating part? Well, when women adopt this approach, they have improved memory, mental clarity, alongside, you name it, weight loss. Who knew that the same diet that helps find your car keys can also help you zip up your jeans? So in the end, I was trying to prevent future dementia and accidentally stumbled across a present day, where did my 10 kilos go syndrome. If that's not divine intervention, I do not know what is. So if we're eating fewer carbs, what are we eating instead, Carly? Well, fat. I'm talking about fat. Beautiful, satisfying, hormone supporting fat that fills you up, curbs those sugar cravings, makes you feel yummy and healthy and just fat. No, not fat. Happy. Ladies, fat is staging the greatest comeback since platform shoes and with more scientific backing. Butter is back, baby. It's like the 80s rock band that should have never gone away. And when you increase healthy fats while keeping carbs in that sweet spot, several amazing things happen. Your body becomes more efficient at burning fat for fuel. Yes, the stuff that you're storing, not the fat that you're eating. And your hormones get that raw, yummy material that they need to go and make more hormones that help your body burn more fat. And your meals become more satisfying. So you're naturally going to find that you're not overindulging. Your cells repair themselves. Yay. Anti-aging. Your brain gets the essential fatty acids it needs to thrive and work again. Hello, brain fog out there, ladies. The look on my patients' faces when they think I've lost my mind saying, I want you to eat lots more fat. the healthy fat, of course. And then they come back, a month later having lost 5 kilos. They actually have the light bulb moment that I had 10 years ago. Now, here's why I don't advocate super low or strict keto diets for women over 40. You have this thing called a microbiome. Yes, it's a garden in your stomach, and it needs loving too. Your gut bacteria are like tiny roommates. You feed them well, and they'll help you with all your hormonal housework. Going too low in carbs is like firing all your hormone production assistants and then wondering why nothing gets done. The right carbs, primarily non-starchy veggies, some fruit, and small amounts of resistant starches, feed your beneficial gut bacteria without spiking this insulin and causing that problematic weight gain around the middle. And these little heroes, they help produce neurotransmitters. Yes, those are your happy moods and uplifting moods and calm moods. Yeah, you need your neurotransmitters. They also help regulate your immunity. Hello, does anyone want to feel healthy? And even influence your weight set point. Game, set, match. We want a happy microbiome. Think of your microbiome as your backstage crew for your new rock band that you've just created. They don't get all the spotlight, but nothing works without them. So this is a really crucial piece that super low carb approaches totally miss, especially for women. So in conclusion, who would have thought that the answer to our metabolic prayers would come from researching dementia? I like to call it the brain-saving gene-fitting protocol because let's face it, keeping both your memory and your waistline intact is the ultimate win-win, don't you think? So next time someone tells you to eat less fat and more whole grains, just kind of smile mysteriously like you know something that they don't. Because now you do. You understand that the diet designed to fatten livestock probably isn't your best friend for your waistline. In my next episode, I'll be unveiling even more mysterious metabolic discoveries that might just blow your cow up. Or, at the very least, revolutionize how you think about your body's metabolism. Trust me, what I've shared today is just the appetizer. Thanks for joining me on The Metabolic Alchemist. If you found this information helpful, please subscribe. Leave a little review, maybe even share it with a friend. Who knows? They might benefit as well. You can also visit my website for more resources on this approach. Here's to finding your 60 to 80 grams sweet spot. May your brain be sharp, your hormones be happy, and your gene size be smaller. And that's a wrap. Phew. If something clicked for you today, I've got all the links to my favourite products, supplements, and exactly where to buy them waiting for you in the show notes. No hunting required. Want more personalised support? I totally get it. This journey can be overwhelming when you're doing it all on your own. Whether you're ready to jump into my one-on-one coaching programs or test it out first in my online metabolic flash course, I've got your back. Just head to the show notes for the links to those pages or my website inner-alchemy.com.au and let's turn those frustrating symptoms into your comeback story. Because honestly, the best version of you isn't in your past. She's waiting on the other side of these new rules. Until next time, remember, work smarter, not harder. Thanks for sticking around. I'll see you in the next episode.